I needed to get back into the gallery, but a familiar figure was guarding the door. It was Sergeant Moue. Our paths had crossed before.
So, Sergeant Moue was in Broken Sword 1. Was he in 1? He was definitely in 2. Was he? I'm trying to think. Was he in 1? How did Broken Sword 1 start? I played it a while ago and I still can't remember the opening. I always remember the opening for Broken Sword 2 with the explosion and the fucking clan. But yeah, Sergeant Moue, he is a really good character. Well, after the, what was his boss called? The one who ended up being a Templar. Can't remember his bloody name now. Let's speak to him anyway.
Sergeant Moue, we...
Why is he still a sergeant?
Aha, Madame Collard, an unexpected pleasure.
I was in the gallery at the time of the theft. Can I get back in?
I am sorry, but I am under strict orders from Inspector 𝘨𝘴𝘮𝘦. Nobody in, nobody out. And I must correct you, madame. It is no longer just a theft. It is a murder.
Mon Dieu! That poor man!
Let's ask him about Inspector 𝘨𝘮𝘮𝘮.
Who is Inspector 𝘨𝘮𝘮?
The most promising young investigator on the force. A genius, a man blessed with almost superhuman insight.
He sounds highly perspicacious.
Madame, it is not for us to talk about the inspector's sweaty proclivities. He is about to solve his third case in as many days.
So, what's he got that the other investigators don't have?
Blood spatter. He is the world expert. He reads the entrails of the crime scene like a book.
Thanks a lot, Sergeant Moue. You've been so helpful.
No, I think I can... don't think I need to talk to him completely. I need to talk to this dude. But I think it's, I think it's later.
Madame,
Bonjour, monsieur.
whatever it is you want, we are closed.
Then why are you standing here?
You would not understand, madame.
Try me.
Because I look at you, and I know you are like all the others.
The others?
The pretty women who shop, who gossip, who have their spa days, their almond croissant.
That bad, huh?
And the men with their grooming products and their shiny shoes and their skinny suits who come to my cafe and ask me for lattes, macchiatos, frappes.
I see your point.
Is this what we fought on the barricades for, madame? Ripped up the paving slabs, bled on the streets.
Isn't it?
No, madame, it is not. We fought for ideas, for philosophy, for freedom, equality, fraternity.
Vive la révolution.
And do you know what drove us on as we fought? What fueled the streets of Paris in that glorious spring? What made our hearts soar?
Cheap wine and free sex?
No, madame, no! It was French café noir that inspired us. The simple demi-tasse. The black, sweet taste of freedom.
So that's why you closed?
Yes, madame. I serve only thinkers, philosophers, revolutionaries. And you, madame, with your polite top and your pointy heels, are none of those things.
This is a cafe.
Yes, to the right people.
On any other day, I would have given this guy a straight one to the chin. But there was a chance he could help me get into the gallery.
Should have just kicked him in the bollocks. What a stupid, boring character.
Here's my press card.
La liberté. Madame, you are not the person that I took you to be. You must accept my deepest, my most profound apologies.
Well, of course I accept. But why?
La Liberté, the great journal of freedom. At the height of the battle, as the tear gas blew and the blood flowed, it was La Liberté which carried the voice of our revolution to the world. I know now that you are not the kind of woman who would ask me for almond croissant. You are a true daughter of France, and I am your humble servant.
Wow.
Monsieur,
It's supposed to be interesting conversation now, because I almost fell asleep listening to him.
Is a long...
Oh, shut up.
we have...
Oh my god. I'm just going to start skipping dialogue. I can't help it. I really can't. Like, some of these conversations with these people are just so fucking boring. It's crazy how boring this game gets. So much text, so much nonsense. Just like, it seems like it's just there to pad out the game.
How about some coffee?
For you, madame, of course. There is only one coffee that I can serve you. Black, strong, and in a tiny cup. One moment.
As if this random waiter's got more like dialogue than any other character we've spoken to at the moment.
Here is your cup,
And it's
madame.
just him bitching.
Thank you, monsieur.
Let's just neck that coffee. Boiling hot. Asbestos mouth.
The coffee was hot and strong.
Okay, so I can't ask him. You need to get something from him. But I guess I need to speak to Moue about his problems.
Salut.
Bonjour, madame.
I
Gallery.
witnessed the crime. I've got to get back in there.
I'm sure you can make an official statement in good time.
I saw the thief. I think I can help the investigation.
I am implacable, Madame Collard.
I chased after the shooter and got a photo of him.
Inspector Navet will be delighted.
You've got to let me into the gallery to show him.
Absolutely not.
So, I cannot go in without Inspector Navet's permission?
No.
And to get Inspector Navet's permission, I need to go in.
Exactement.
Have you ever heard of Kafka, Sergeant Moue?
Madame Collard, I do not see what soccer players have to do with this.
No, he's a... Never mind. I really need to get into the gallery and speak to Inspector Navet.
Tut. He is not to be disturbed. He is applying his famous scientific methods. Any moment now, the case will be cracked. I certainly hope so. I am dog-tired and want to go home.
This was madness. Sergeant Moue wasn't going to let me in. Why are you so tired, Sergeant Moue?
I have been working for 3 days with no rest. Navet is a genius in his field, and he assumes that we all have his energy and vigor.
Oh, you poor man. If you'd like to go and get some sleep, I will watch the door for you.
That's very thoughtful of you. Ha! A cunning attempt to make me a deserter, madame. A gendarme never leaves his post.
Well, how about a hot drink?
Ah, that would do the trick for sure. Unfortunately, I mustn't drink on duty. My doctor specifically warned me against it after the last... incident.
That incident you mentioned, what happened exactly?
I don't want to talk about it. All I can say is it was very unfortunate. I am on duty, and I need to focus.
Thanks a lot, Sergeant.
Poor Sergeant
You've
Moue.
been so helpful.
Didn't Moue get like a promotion in Broken Sword 3? Sure it was, or was it 4? So if I speak to this depressing asshole,
Monsieur,
Madame,
could we have a little chat?
anytime, madame.
that's what I need to
Would
take
you make
away.
me a coffee to go?
For a fellow revolutionary, Of course, madame. One moment.
This is what we need. Get Sergeant Moue a coffee. That was quick.
Here's your takeaway coffee, madame.
Thank you, monsieur.
Just put that in my pocket. As you do. Just walking around with a boiling coffee in your pocket. So if we give the takeaway coffee to Sergeant Moue.
Sergeant Moue, I brought you a coffee.
Coffee? Fantastic. Just what I need. But wait. I must not. My little problem.
I'm sure one little cup of coffee won't hurt.
I am tempted, madame, but I cannot risk it. I am sorry.
So, this incident, it involved you, some coffee, and your little problem?
It is a tale of woe, madame.
I'm all ears, Sergeant.
Oh no.
Well, since you seem quite understanding, I shall elaborate.
Please do.
I was in charge of canine security for the president himself. One day, en vacances, he went for a private discussion with a lady minister. I stayed alone with his dog, but I had drunk a coffee to stay awake, and nature came to call. So I tied the dog to a tree and went for a secret pee-pee. When I came back, the dog was having a liaison dangereuse with the lady minister's terrier.
But how did they find out?
Well, 2 months later, the president's Labrador gave birth to 6 beautiful mongrels. And I was busted to sergeant just after the president's divorce came through.
You are a victim of a great injustice, Sergeant.
You think so?
But of course, you knew you must not fall asleep at your post. You were guarding the president himself.
Well, the president's dog.
Ah, it was the same thing.
Yes, I suppose.
And by drinking that coffee, you made the ultimate sacrifice for our glorious republic, your career.
Now you put it like that?
And now France is calling you again. She is saying, drink, Sergeant Moue, drink!
She is?
She is. Drink or fall asleep at your post. Which is it to be?
I suppose it is drink?
Bravo, Sergeant!
So that's why he's not an inspector anymore. Huh.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Excuse me, madame. I must use the petit gendarme's room. It has gone straight through me. Could you watch the gallery door for me?
Oh, you can count on me, Sergeant.
He's heading towards the pissoir.
I distracted Moue. It was now or never.
Is there any pissoirs for women in France? Because it seems to be for men. It's very weird.
How did you get past Sergeant Moue?
Well, you won't fool me so easily, madame. I shall question you later.
Nico, am I glad to see you.
I managed to grab a couple of photos, but the guy got away.
Poor Henri is dead.
I know. Why kill him?
I've been trying to find out. Turns out the alarm was tampered with. It looks to me like an inside job.
So, no ordinary robbery?
And no ordinary painting. The priest claims that 𝘨𝘮𝘮𝘮𝘮 is evil. I need to get into the office and see what the CCTV has to offer.
So, what's the problem?
The inspector's watching me like a hawk. I'll never get in without some sort of distraction.
I'll see what I can do.
Distraction, you'd say? I could talk to all these people, but like when I played Broken Sword 3, I'd rather not film a video with me talking nonsense with these people. I just want to forward the story. So yeah, if you want to really listen to what Inspector 𝘨𝘴 or this priest or what Lane has to say, then, you know, I guess you'd have to play it yourself.
The tomato sauce had splattered on the floor.
But to me, if it doesn't forward the story, then it's just nonsense, isn't it?
I scraped up the chewing gum with my press card, hoping the inspector wouldn't notice.
It doesn't say anything about hating gum. In Broken Sword 3, she's like, oh, I hate gum.
How about that for a distraction? I wondered whether it would be enough.
This guy's like he thinks he's Sherlock Holmes, but he's really not. His home's Sherlock, isn't he? Or would it be 𝘱𝘦𝘴𝘱𝘦𝘪𝘳? 𝘱𝘦𝘴𝘱𝘦𝘪𳳗. I don't know, let's speak to Lane. What if he tries to hit on Nico?
Are you Lane, the art critic?
Enchanté, madame. And which
Definitely.
of the angels are you?
I'm Nico Color, a reporter.
Ah, a fallen angel then. My favorite sort.
Thanks for your help,
good
Monsieur
lord.
Lane.
I really don't want to speak to that thirsty old man.
Inspector 𝘨𝘴, do you have a moment?
Inspector 𝘨𝘴's nose is massive.
My time is of the essence. Be quick now.
Where did he get that beak from? Did he do like kill a parrot and stick its fucking face on his face? He's wearing a parrot's skin, isn't he?
Have you seen the stain on the floor over there? It looks like blood.
You don't-
Indeed.
If you don't mesh it around, you would say, oh, I have no something
I must
about
investigate
food.
immediately, before one of these idiots steps in it.
Oh, it's easy. Distracted.
Interesting. Maybe it is time to employ the machine.
Okay, Georges, that should distract him for a while.
Nice work, Nico. I'll let you know what I find in the office. I was sure the inspector hadn't seen me slip away, but I needed to be quick, because it wouldn't take him long.
Bloody hell, look at the chic for this decor.
At last, Stobbart.
Sorry, Mr. Rickenbacker. I've been busy.
Yeah, I damn well hope so. I'm watching the news.
Oh, anything interesting?
Yeah, someone stole a painting.
Oh, really?
And it was one you insured. What's going on?
Ah, yes. Well, the guy was armed, sir.
So?
You think I should have thrown myself in front of the thief, wrestled him to the ground, got myself shot?
Sure would have made me feel better. Anyway, find that painting, or give me a good reason not to pay out. Please tell me that you have some leads.
I'm working on it.
Wow, that is like... Why is George always like employed with assholes? What happened to his business with what was that dude's name in Broken Sword 3? He had his own firm, didn't he? What was it called? Virgil. What the fuck happened to Virgil? Why is George gone from being self-employed to being employed again? Weird. So this statue hides something. You don't need to use it yet,
Statue
but
was jaunty,
we'll do it anyway.
up close and personal. I could see that the fig leaf was hinged.
I mean,
Thankfully, there was no one around to see me do this. Very interesting.
unfortunately, we can't do anything with the safe. There's no reason to even look at it. We need to go to the desk.
There was nothing else in the drawer.
Noise.
The folder looked interesting. This was very definitely tampering with evidence. It was a completion of work notice from a company called Vera Security. They weren't the guys we'd recommended. Henri had gone behind our backs to choose a different security outfit. Huh. I'd never heard of Vera Security, but there was an address and phone number on the form.
So we needed. Need to check the calendar, don't forget.
The calendar looked like a child's school project.
Henri probably
Henri
drew it
named
himself.
27th May and scrawled birthday. Poor guy hadn't quite made it to his big day.
So, the security TV system has a code you
The
need.
CCTV system was ancient.
Look at that
It
TV.
took individual shots and recorded them to tape. It looked like I needed to enter a passcode to view the recording.
So, the passcode is obviously the date on the calendar. But originally, I assumed it was 1975 because of the poster. But if you look at the calendar, it's his birthday. So obviously it's going to be 2705 or 0527. Let's try May 27th. There you go.
Bingo. I rewound the tape to before the robbery. This was the first interesting frame. It was Henri studying La Malédiction. He couldn't have had any idea what was about to happen.
I mean, we know he did though. He had a note that said 2:30, remember?
Nico and I were taking a look at La Malédiction just before the robbery. Funny, the painting didn't strike me as remarkable at the time, just odd. A good view of La Malédiction. I could kind of see why Father Simeon thought it was evil. The killer caught in the act. There was nothing really distinctive about him. The moment it all went horribly wrong. The killer making his getaway. A logo on the front
The only thing we needed was this.
read Waterloo Motors. That could be useful. The painting was
I
gone.
think that's the only thing we need.
There I was, taking a look at the alarm box. Hopefully I didn't look too suspicious.
It just looked suspicious.
I hadn't thought about that when I was taking a look at the camera. That was the last shot. I'd got some leads on the killer's identity. A closer look at the painting might be useful.
I have to look at the painting.
Whoever...
Yeah.
Poor Henri. The image was a little fuzzy, but in the center of the painting was what looked like a snake eating its own tail. I thought about what the priest said.
Ouroboros.
There was definitely something unsettling about the picture. This frame caught the moment the killer took the painting.
There we go.
The most striking aspect of the painting was a snake eating its own tail. The most striking aspect...
I think that's all we need.
Whoever was wearing that helmet was...
Yeah.
That was the last shot. I'd probably learned everything
There we
I
go.
could from the CCTV.
So we need to look on the phone.
Hello, Vera Security?
𝘱𝘦𝘴𝘭𝘪𝘦𝘪𝑑𝘦 here, Paris Mutual.
Never heard of you.
Really? Well, I'm surprised. We're leaders in our field in commercial insurance, and our brand recognition is...
Do me a favor. Don't call back.
The lady hung up. I was going to have to visit in person.
That's what we needed. You notice that the safe shut down. That's weird, wasn't it? No, I don't really need to do.
Henri's notice.
I just remembered wastebasket. I was just thinking what I missed. The wastebasket in the back.
In the trash can, I found a crumpled letter from Henri's credit card company demanding immediate payment. It listed extravagant purchases from a variety of ladies' fashion stores. The address indicated that Henri lived in the chic and expensive 16th arrondissement of Paris. I decided to put the letter back. Henri's financial problems weren't my business. But now I knew where he lived.
Monsieur, sir, you have snuck in here, and now you are tampering with my evidence.
Yes.
I wasn't tampering with anything. I was just looking for clues.
That is my job, Monsieur
Stobart. George Stobart. Paris Mutual. We insured the exhibition.
Oh, really? So, you have plenty to gain
No.
from the robbery.
Well, no. We have plenty to lose from the robbery.
Don't patronize me, monsieur. Only a fool wouldn't know how insurance works.
Oh.
Yeah. No flies on you, Inspector.
Exactly. I have to get up very early in the morning, which means I can be sure to catch the worm.
So I see.
May I remind you, monsieur, that a serious crime has been committed. I am going to have to ask you to return to the gallery.
Of course. But I do need to ask you a few questions.
D'accord. But remember, anything you say can be used against you, Monsieur Stobart.
Okay, I'll bear that in mind.
Why doesn't he introduce himself as that's 2 B's and 2 T's? That should always be something that George says.
Do you know anything about a company called 𝘨𝘮𝘮𝘮𝘮 Security?
No, I have never heard of them. Now, I must get on with my investigation.
It's very likely that the security camera holds a clue to the killer's identity.
Monsieur, I am a professional, and you are an amateur. So, leave the investigating to me, pal? Monsieur, you are American. no?
California.
Yeah, California
Yep.
born and bred.
Of course. I think perhaps you are wanting to be like that Starsky and Butch, monsieur. No? Rolling around on top of fast cars with beautiful ladies, firing your gun.
Interesting idea, Inspector, but not really my style.
Indeed. Well, let me tell you something, monsieur. You are my prime suspect. You may go now, but I will need to speak with you again.
How would George be the prime
I had some
suspect?
valuable leads,
Weird.
but before following up on them, I had important business to attend to. Hey, Nico, you want to grab a quick cup of coffee?
Sure.
I am pleased to announce that I have finished my preliminary investigation. This is now an official crime scene, and you must all go. I shall be questioning all of you again in the coming days. Nobody is to leave the country, particularly you, Monsieur Stobart. Monsieur Lane will stay behind to help secure the premises. Moue?
Yes, Inspector.
Let them out.
Right away, sir.
Two coffees, please.
Nice work in there, Nico. Whatever you did, it worked.
I just made a tiny distraction, and 𝘨𝘮𝘮 bought it.
I think 𝘨𝘮𝘮 would buy anything if it had blood on it.
That is one expensive coffee. Chef special.
You know,
that-
this whole setup, the theft, the murder,
Is that coffee?
it just doesn't make sense.
€7.77.
What do you mean?
𝘱𝘦𝘴𝘭𝘮𝘦𝘪𝘳. I can't remember. I can't read that word. It's got a cow on it, so maybe it's dinner. €7.77 is stupidly expensive for whatever he's selling, especially for this cafe anyway. Being served by an asshole.
The CCTV picked up an image of the thief. His helmet had the words Waterloo Motors written across it.
Interesting. I think I got a couple of good shots of him too, but I need to take a better look at them at home.
Great. Let me know what you find.
Sip.
Well, the priest thinks 𝘨𝘮𝘮𝘮𝘮 is evil.
Charles, she's just crazy.
Yeah, you're probably right. But there's something strange going on.
Wow.
Like I said, I think it was an inside job.
Go on.
Someone disabled the alarm, but on just one painting.
Let me guess. 𝘨𝘮𝘮𝘮𝘮𝘮.
Exactly. And I aim to find out who did it. I found the address of the security company Henri employed.
It was not the one that I recommended.
Good luck with your investigations. Well, I guess I should go. This story won't write itself. And Georges,
Yeah?
it's good to see you again.
Great to see you too, Nico.
What happened at the
I
end of
watched her
Broken
walk
Sword
away.
4?
The sound of traffic, the sun shining, a crime to solve, and Nico back in my life.
What happened at the end of Broken Sword 4? Why did he not go with Nico? Like, was he super depressed after Anna Maria died? Maybe he was, I don't know. Who knows? We're gonna head to Vera's security anyway, because that's our next point of protocol. We could go to Henry's apartment, but you need something from Vera's security to forward the story from Henry's apartment, so Vera's security is definitely our next point of call.